Welcome back again my channel, guys. So this is part 2 video from talking about like Filipino movies. So like I said, this is part 2. I already did part 1. I hope you guys like part 1, my little story, how I start watching Filipino movies. But before everything, guys, how you doing again? So now I'm gonna talk about like my just a little review about Filipino movies. Okay, so before I start everything, I was supposed to tell that little story on part 1. Yeah, so when I was in Haiti, like I said, when we see Asian person, we always said Chinese, Chinese, Chinese. So in my neighborhood there was a Filipino guy, but I didn't know he was Filipino. But there was that little boy, like we were around like same age. He always said like when the Filipino guys like is coming, he's like, oh, this is the Filipino guy, this is the Filipino guys. Like for me, I was looking at a Chinese guy. So this is our perspective like about Asian people. They are Chinese, everything made in China. So now when I see an Asian person, the first thing I will say, what part of Asia are you from? That's the first question I ask. I'm not gonna say it's Chinese or stuff like that, because I understand now. So yeah, and also like the language, like I watch a lot of Chinese drama. So I have like, and like when I hear them talking, I would just like listening, like to see, okay, what language they are speaking. Okay, this is Korean, this is Chinese, okay, this is Japanese. So I understand now. So after I found that gentleman, that handsome gentleman, and I'm like, okay. So I wasn't I have my Netflix, and as I have my Netflix, and I'm like, okay, I see all those movies, and when I click on them, and I'm like, okay, this is Philippine. I'm like, oh, I need to check Filipino out, because like that young man, like I'm like, now I'm curious. So I started looking at Filipino movies, and I found love. When I tell you I love Filipino movies, I love Filipino movies. I'm gonna explain. So as I watch, first I'm gonna say this, as I started watching Filipino movies, I see there's a lot of things we have similar, like Haitian, from Haiti to Philippine. We have for the transportation, some people in my country, some people have cars, some people take transportation. So we have the same thing, like you have people in the Philippines that have their private cars, and some people take transportation, like public transportation. We have the same thing. We have a lot of people on the street. On my country, they have a lot of people on the street too, stuff like that. So you see like there's a different too in Korea. In Korea, you see a lot of taxis, you see a lot of personal cars, and you see a lot of buses. And we have like this transportation, they have like the same as the Filipino, this is the same as the in the Philippines. So what I find so deep in the Filipino Filipino movies, I may say this, like a lot of people may not understand. So this is my review, this is my perspective about Filipino movies. I'm gonna say it in a way like, if you like, you watching that video so you can better understanding what I'm saying. I watch a lot of drama. I watch a lot of drama, Chinese, like I said, Chinese drama, Korean drama. When you watch those things, like you looking at, like you like, okay, I'm watching a drama. It's just like it's not real. You just watching a drama. You just watching the story, stuff like that. As I watch Filipino movies, that's why I love Filipino movies. I feel like I'm looking at a real thing. When I say real thing, is like every time, every Filipino movies that I watch, I will, when the movies is done, like finish, I will just sit there like for 30 minutes or 25 minutes to like just go back in my mind and look at stuff. Like, this is real for me. It's like a real thing, you know. So Filipino movies like hit me different. I feel like this is a real thing I'm watching. This is a, like, when I see like you see movies like people is cheating, this is a real thing. It's not just a story. This is a real thing, and the acting is so real. Like, I was watching that Filipino movies, and that man was cheating on that lady. I forgot the name of that Filipino movies, and that girl, that lady slapped that man, that young man. Oh my, it was so real. You know, when you're watching this drama, you slap, bloop, your face like just like turn, but they make that sound effect, stuff like that. Nope. Filipino movies, they're gonna slap you, you're gonna feel it. That young lady slapped that young man on that movie. That young man's ears like was so red. I'm like, hold on a second, this is real. I'm like, seriously. Yeah, like I said, like, it's just like so real for me. I feel like I see like is the real thing, the life, everything like that. So I'm gonna give example. So like I said, I watch a lot of Filipino, all the Filipino movies they have on Netflix. I watch everything since that day. I found that young man on that hospital. I watch, if like it didn't take me that long, cause like I'm hooked. Like when I go to work, like at night, I'm like, that's what I do. I stay on my phone to stay wake up, like looking at my patients, stuff like that. And I'm just like, this is real, this is beautiful. And what I would say, like, I watch you have like I don't remember the first movies that I watched, but I don't know if it's Daniel or in Katrine movies, I'm not sure. But I would say, like, when I'm talking about like real stuff, like you feel like this is it hit me different. Like, I feel like this is real life. I'm like thinking about like, oh my god, this is life. This is like, their story is so real. That movie, I forgot the name of that movie, Daniel, Padilla and Katrine. And Katrine went to that other country, I think Spain. He went there like without her parent knows about it. Went there like Daniel bumped onto her, stuff like that, and she needed a place to stay. And she stayed with on the apartment where Daniel, Joshua was on that movie too. Everybody went stay together. What I'm gonna say about that movie, so as I was watching that movie, there was a little time, I think Katrine couldn't like I would say like she wasn't used. Yeah, she wasn't used to the walking stuff, walking the what she was doing there, stuff like that. And she was feeling exhausted. She missed home, but at the same time she couldn't go home because like she told a lie, like saying like she was in school, she was doing this, she was doing that, and it wasn't true. And as she was like crying, she couldn't like she had like that heel on her feet, like not comfortable, like she was hurting, her feet was hurting, stuff like that. And Daniel Padilla said, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I don't know why you're crying for. This is life. This is real thing right here. So if you can't like get used to it, like get yourself together, how are you gonna survive? This is what this thing hit me so like seriously, as a person that's an immigrant, like I'm from Haiti, you know. I came to that country, like it wasn't that pleasant. So you know, as I was watching that movie, the way they were working so hard, like they were I think Joshua and Katrine, they were working as a servant at a in that hotel or something. And I'm like, the way Padilla talked to Katrine, and like she get yourself together. You can't be crying like that. How you gonna survive? All the things he said to her after that, they were talking on that stairs, like they were going home, like he was like, okay, get yourself together. Anywhere, and he went upstairs, like he went to his room, like, and Katrine just stand up, wipe tears away, like this is real talk. That was real talk. That's why I said, like, Filipino movies, like, I'm not talking to talk about stuff. When I like something, I will talk about that thing. When I like something, I'm invest. So you know what I mean? I like Filipino movies. Filipino movies is the real thing for me, you know. And there was another movie also, I think, that hit me also, but I forgot. Like, I was supposed to write it down, I forgot. So if I remember, I will talk about it, like, seriously. So yeah, every Filipino movies that I watch on Netflix hit me different. So you have like those two couple, like the first couple that I was like, what's going on, stuff like that. It was Lloyd and Cruz and Sarah. So as I was watching the young one before, I'm like people were talking about, like, when I go to YouTube, people were always talking about like Lloyd Cruz, and I'm like, I need to check that young man out. Like, who's this? People talking and talking like this is the real deal. I'm like, okay, let me watch. So before I talk about him, I'm like, as I start watching the young one, like I watch Joshua and Julia movies, I watch Enrique and Lisa. As I watch, like, I'm like, the first thing, like, that was like a thing for me. I was like, what's going on over there? It was like every time I see them, like those two, like those actors, like together, they're always together, like Enrique, like those couple, they have like always that couple that do every movies together. I'm like, what's that? Is this a thing in Filipino? What's going? I'm like, I'm looking on my phone, I'm doing research, what's going on. I'm seeing Enrique and Lisa together. I'm like, what? That's why they always are the same movies together. I'm like, what's going on? And I check Joshua and Julia. I'm like, let me check again if this is a couple thing, because I see the second movie, third movie. I'm like, what's going on? Together again. I'm like, Korea, South Korea, what you doing? We have like Filipino, they have like they have real couple like doing movies all the time. And in South Korea, like, you have like those people, they can even date. What's going on? I'm like, let me check again. And every time I see a movie, I'm like, I need to check. This is a couple thing. What's going on? And I'm like, what? Couple again? That was a thing for me. I'm like, I couldn't understand. This is something new, you know, because all my time I'm like, South Korean drama, and you don't see that in South Korea. Like, every time you hear like a story, fan is crazy in South Korea. Like those netizens, like, they will get you. And I'm like, Filipino movies, you're like, everybody's a couple, what's going on? But it's so nice to see them, everybody like couple, like, it's so nice. And I'm like, when I start watching John Cruz and Sarah movies, I'm like, I need to check them out because those people are so nice. Like I feel like why a lot of people over there like John. Mr. John is a nice guy. He's a nice guy. You have that. It's like God created people, like they have those nice people. They so nice, they so laid back, like, you know, you will find people like them anyway. Whatever they do, you will find people like them. And John, Lloyd, Cruz is one of them. That man don't have to say a lot of things. That man is so like, it's laid back, it's so nice. You see that face, man, it's so nice. You don't have to like see him in person to know that person, that man is so nice. Like seriously. So, and I'm like, I'm waiting on that couple. Those couple like been giving those movie like hit, like all those movie, John and Sarah. Their movie is like hit and hit after hit. I'm like, those movies are no, they are so nice. I'm like, let me check to see if they are couple. They're not a couple. I'm like, what's going on, Sarah? And then when I find out Sarah have a boyfriend, I'm like, what? This is the real deal right there. Come on now. I'm like, okay, no problem. Hit after hit, movie after movie, cool, beautiful, like the story movies, like beautiful, like I said, beautiful. There's no lie about that. Those movies, Filipino movies, and I'm like I said, I like Enrique and Lisa. Those two couple, I like them a lot. I like them a lot. I like them better than Daniel and Katrine. I know like Lisa look like she's so young, but that girl, like she's like, I'm the boss. Like believe it or not, I'm the boss. Like she's young, but she don't act that young. You know, she don't act that young. I feel like Enrique respect her a lot. So in one of the interview, I was watching Enrique and her, and he was like, they asked him a question. Enrique look at Lisa and like, can I talk about it? He asked her first. I'm like, what? Oh my god. Anyway, that's so nice. That's so nice to have like somebody that both respect some stuff like that. Is so nice. So I have two couple I'm so excited to talk about them. So excited. So Joshua and Julia, nice little thing right there, like, but I'm not gonna talk a lot about those two. So you know, they're not together anymore, and I feel like stuff wasn't gonna go long either, because I like Julia. Like I said, there's one of my video on YouTube, I talk about her. So nice, so beautiful. Like this girl, like she's so mature. Like when she talk, when she do interview, like she have that, she's so intelligent. That girl, she's so intelligent, beautiful. I like her a lot. But like as a couple with Joshua, let's move on. Anyway, I like those two. They act so well. Like I like them. So like I said, I have two couple, like two actors that I want to talk about. Like you have Coco and Vice. Those two, you can put those two on all the movie through the year. I will watch, I will laugh. They so fun. Vice, Ganda, I will laugh, I will watch. Vice is the real comedian. Like seriously, there's no movie you can watch Vice, Ganda, I hope I say the name right, so you're not gonna laugh. As soon as Vice enter the room and the movie, you start laughing. You're like, okay, yeah, okay, Vice is here, Vice is here. I like those two, Coco Martin and Vice. You can put those two together on a movie. You will laugh. Oh my God, those. I watched 2 movies from those two. It's so funny, so funny. I'm like, oh my God, yes and yes and yes. I like Vice. I like Vice a lot. I like Vice Ganda a lot, and I watch Showtime sometimes, even I don't understand. But I watch sometimes. I watch, and it's so funny on the show. Like, you know, like, seriously. Oh, there's another lady that's so funny again. I like watching movies. Like, there was a movie, that lady was with Vice also on that movie. Her name is, I'm not gonna say her name. I think it's Alas. I'm gonna put her picture. I don't want to say her name wrong. She's so funny also. There's another movie she's in. She's so funny. I like seeing her also, and Vice Ganda and her also. I'm like, she's nice. And like I said, the last couple I'm gonna talk about, the real deal, the spicy couple is Derek Ramsey and Ann Curtis. Those two right there, I was so excited. I was ready when I go on Google to see if they were a couple. Because those two right there, you can put them on the movie also every day, every night, every year, every month. This is the real thing right there. Spicy. Spicy. I need to put my glasses on again. Spicy. Sometimes when you talk about something, you need a little change. You know, like spicy. Let's start with Anne. No. Let me start with Derek. Derek is sexy guy. Filipino sexy guy. Derek, any movie you will find Derek. Let me say Mr. Derek. Let me say Mr. Derek. You can make any movie sexy, and when you put him with Anne, spicy. You know what I mean? So as I start watching some Filipino movies about those two, I watch the first one. The first one I think is like is No Other Woman. When Anne, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm doing that video. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it the way I see it. I'm sorry. When you see Anne come into the room, everybody hide your boyfriend, you're gonna hide your boyfriend, you're gonna hide your husband, you're gonna hide, I don't know what. The sexy woman is coming to the room. If you open your mouth, she's gonna take your man away. That's Miss Ann Curtis. She's a lady. When she's in the movie, the type of character she acts on a movie, you can find her annoying. You can find her like you don't like her, stuff like that. But I like it. That lady right there, beautiful lady. I like her. Like her hair. She's pretty. She's a beautiful lady right there. Like you just can't hate her. Some people, like, you just look at that person. I see that. Like, me personally, there's some people I will just look at them, I'm like, nope, I don't like that person. And I feel like that's what other people feel like when they don't like certain people. But Anne, I like Anne day, night, year, month. I like her. Like I said, when Anne come to the room, she's sexy. She's like, she got that beautiful hair. Like, then she comes to the room, just hide your man. Because she can take your man just by looking at that man. Because that young lady, she's so sexy. I'm like, I was so ready for those two to be together. I'm so sorry for, like, you know, Annie's married. Like, you know, I was like, let me check. Derek and Anne is not together. I'm like, Anne have a boyfriend. I'm like, what? Seriously? Listen, those two, if they were together in real life, I don't know who will be the most spiciest, the most sexy couple in Philippines. I'm sorry about other people. I don't know other people. I just know those two. Like right there, I'm gonna talk about them. I don't know who will be the most spicy, sexy couple in Philippines. Cause those two right there, they just got me. They just got me. I'm sorry, they just got me. So I'm like, how? Cause I watch those movies. You know, I'm gonna talk. Hold on. I'm like, how? I know, like, Anne, you know, grown woman, like, she got her career, like, stuff like that, you know. The story went like that. I feel like Anne was, went to the her boyfriend. I'm like, babe, you know what, I have another script, you know, like, spicy again, you know. And the boyfriend, like, again. Anyway, you're a professional, so I know you will handle that well again, you know. I'm like, that's how I feel in my mind. That's the scenario, like every time Anne have to act again. So this is a real thing. Like I said, like as I start like talking to you guys, Filipino movies got me. Everything is real. You feel like every time, like you feel like, okay, let me take a sit back to, you know, to just like think about life every time I finish watching a movie, stuff like that. So like I said, like Derek and Anne, spicy couple. I watch No Other Woman. What other, I think I watched A Secret Affair. Oh my lord, oh my lord. So if you interesting about Filipino movies, you want to see what I'm talking about, you can start with those two couple. Please start with the movies, like you will see what I'm talking about. I'm watching that movies, you know what I mean. I'm watching, I think it's A Secret Affair. If it's not to say, I think it's No Other Woman. I'm like, this will slap. They slap each other. They'll be fighting those lady, like sex is real. Those two is the deal. Like I said, like seriously, I'm excited talking about those two. I'm like, serious. I'm sorry, but I'm excited. Like seriously. Those two, I like them a lot, and I was so ready for them to be a couple, but they're not a couple. And Anne is married with a beautiful husband, got a beautiful, I think, baby girl, like beautiful. And I came across Anne wedding. Oh, when I tell you, it was a beautiful wedding, simple wedding. And the thing that got me a lot on that wedding, for that wedding, and the way they did everything, they were in another country, they did everything, bridal party, stuff like that. Everything was so pretty. Is the wedding. The wedding, everything, the way Anne was like saying her vows, like she was saying like she was talking to the husband, thank you for choosing me. She was saying like I feel like I'm not pretty, sometimes I feel like I'm not pretty, but you choose me, stuff like that. Thank you for choosing me. Like she like watching Korean drama. Also when I'm watching my Korean drama, you let me watch the stuff like that. She was talking, I'm like, girl, what you talking about? You're so pretty. Yeah, that lady got a lips. That lips. When that lady is kissing, like that lady is kissing in this movie. You sexy, Anne Curtis. Like seriously, beautiful lady. I'm like, what? You see how like sometimes those beautiful people can be They're not okay with themselves, you know, like they have that, they insecure. And I was watching her when she was talking in her at her wedding. She was saying all those stuff. I'm like, what? You pretty, Anne, you're so pretty, come on now. And I'm like, okay. And the thing also that got me, I don't usually like sit around watching people's wedding. I don't have time for that. But for her, I watched her whole wedding. The other thing that got me again is the pastor. The pastor preached on that wedding. So beautiful. I watched it on YouTube. I don't know how did I come across that wedding. I watched it on YouTube. Oh my God, that pastor was talking the deal on that wedding. I hope like a lot of wedding in Haiti, like in my country, when those pastors start talking like on the wedding day, those people, you feel sleep because they're preaching. They're preaching like you in church, like you coming to Sunday church, like they're preaching. They're not talking about the wedding stuff. But that pastor was talking like the way it's supposed to be. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. That pastor was talking so beautiful. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that. So it was beautiful. I would say like that's it, beautiful. Yeah, so I was so waiting for those two to be together tonight. Now, like I said, like Anne is married, beautiful husband, handsome husband, like beautiful baby girl. I think is a girl. So happy. And I like the way she announced like when she was pregnant and the show, so nice. She announced she was pregnant in Showtime, like so beautiful. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Those two right there, they will be the spicy couple in Philippines, Derek and Anne. Like I said, Anne, when she come to the room, I watch those movie. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, Anne take that man. She's like, this is my man. That man was married on that movie. I forgot which movie again. I think it's No Other Woman. That man Derek was married, and I'm like, I'm gonna take that man. I like that man. Sex, beautiful. Oh my God. But they had everything. They had that spicy thing. By the ocean, like beautiful. Oh, I'm not gonna say beautiful, but she was ready to take that man. Then that man was married. That's what I said. When Anne come to a room and any movies, hide your man, hide your husband, Anne will take it because she's sexy, she's beautiful. I hope she knows it. Anyway, okay, I'm not gonna say much, you know, like I don't want my video to be long, but I feel like it's gonna be long. Like I said, I like Filipino movies, like the language, like I like it. I like I didn't know the language was a mix of Spanish language and the Tagalog, so it's beautiful. I like the language. So I like Korean language. I like Chinese language, like Taiwanese language. I like them, those language. And Filipino is the next thing for me. I like the language also, like beautiful. That's how I get to start watching Filipino movies. Like I said on part one, because of that young nurse, and I didn't know there was a lot of Filipino nurse, so I'm like, there's a lot I learned. So like I said, like Filipino hit me different, so it's a beautiful thing. Like if you're watching my video today, I hope you will give Filipino movies a try, because like for me it's different. For me it hit me different. Like like my mind went back to real life stuff, how like all those movies is real life. The story is not like movies, it's like just a movie, you just like watching a movie story like that, but it's just like a real thing. It's just a real thing, real life thing. So I just like it. And the country is a country I really want to visit there. Like I said, there's a lot of things that's similar to Haiti. So I want to visit. I want to visit there. So yeah, so that was my take, guys. That's it for this video today. That was my take how I get to Filipino movies, and my take also in my review about Filipino movies and actresses over there. I watch a lot. Like I said, I watch a lot of Filipino movies. All those Filipino movies on my Netflix page, I already watched them. So, and there's a lot I want to watch, but I can find a subtitle for them, you know. So yeah, that was my take. That was my take on that. And thank you for watching. That's it for today, and I hope you guys will give it a try. If you never watch any Filipino movies, give it a try. They're so good. They're good. You will laugh, you will cry, you will hit you different. I don't know, for me that's what I feel. So yes, guys, that's it for today, and thank you for watching, and bye bye.